the truth behind when black people are asking for justice for these crimes, and really when anybody's asking for justice, period. Now, when black people are protesting for justice for a victim of a racist crime or a police racist crime, who are we asking for justice for? Who really wants justice here? Does Breonna Taylor want justice? Does George Floyd want justice? Does Trayvon Martin or anybody else in the past that have been the victims of racial crimes or police brutality crimes related to race? Do these people really want justice? Or is it you that want justice? Because a dead person don't want justice. When people are dead, they're dead and gone. And even if they would have want justice for something that happened to them in this life, it's because they're still in this life. Okay? And if, let's say, George Floyd was somebody who supported the idea of justice and wanting justice, which he probably did because most human beings who are alive support the justice system in some way, or support the idea of getting justice in some way. He would only be interested in these things, and the people looking back at him would say what he would want the justice because they're basing it off of what they believe about him in while he was alive. But now that he's dead and gone, and now that these people are dead and gone, do they want justice now? There's no way to prove that they want justice now, and you will not prove it because they do not want justice now. Dead people don't want justice. Because if you're an atheist that believes that a dead person is gone and there's no afterlife, then they really don't want justice because they're gone. And if you're a person who believes that they're gone to heaven, then they don't want justice because they're in heaven enjoying it. And if they're in hell, then they don't really concern. They're concerned about what's going on in hell now. They can't undo the death, okay? And the justice won't bring them back from the dead. So this need for justice for people in general, not even just related to racial crimes, it's more about the people who are still alive, okay? It is you who are still alive. It's not about the dead people. It's a kind of a narcissistic, selfish guise to ask for justice for, I mean, the real reason why people ask for justice, which you have to go back to the previous video before this, the truth about justice, to understand the psychological or the mindological, as I should call it, reason why people want justice. Okay? And a lot of people like to ask the question of why are black people more concerned about when white people kill black people and when the police kill black people than when black people kill black people. Um, I understand why black people care more, and it's a very valid care. Still, it's still based in some. There's still a dark side behind it. Okay, and when people are asking this, there's a dark side behind them asking it, which I do not support. But I understand I understand the I guess the logic behind the question itself. But the reason why is that black people are concerned with white people killing us than us killing us because it is a fear of the white intention. And it's a fear of white people in general. It's a fear that it's reminiscent of what happened in the past and what happened in slavery and Jim Crow and what white people are quote unquote capable of. It reminds us of that. And it's also a fear that if we are killing each other and white people are killing us, then we're really fucked, you see. The next reason is it scares us because of this emotional need that we have to fit in and to be connected with white people, which we won't admit to because we don't want to seem vulnerable about it. It scares us when white people are killing us because it means that we are being rejected by the people that we want to fit in with. Okay, and if they're rejecting us, then you know It's like it's a say it goes back to the same thing about when they're killing us and when we're killing us. It's also the emotional and the emotional thing that is backing it up. It's also more than just the killing. It's like if we hate each other and they hate us, then we're really hated, and we can't stand that idea um of being hated so damn much by the white power structure. So you see, when we are asking for justice and we're protesting and Black Lives Matter, this is what we're afraid of. We're afraid of that rejection. But we put it under a guise, we make it about justice and make it about other things. And really it's about a fear of it's about more than one factor here, which includes the fear of being rejected by white people. Okay, it's rooted in self-hatred and a self-hatred towards ourselves. So we see now that asking for justice is related to all the things that justice, the dark side of justice, what the dark side of justice is really about, and the dark truth behind justice, and the dark truth behind the need for justice. To understand this, you have to go see my previous video about the dark. I think it's called the dark. How could I forget? Anyway, I think it's called the dark truth about justice, part 1. This is part 2. So go see that. So, we're going to find out that, this justice thing is not what we made it out to be as a collective, not just black people, but people in general. Because justice won't bring back a murder victim. And even if it's not murder, justice won't bring back what was done to the victim, whatever was done. It's just hard for people to not ask for justice because justice is about revenge. Okay, so if you want to understand justice and revenge, go back and see the previous video that I just told you. I just asked you to go see, because then you'll understand more about why people want justice, a deeper reason why, and related to the idea of revenge. Yeah, so it's not, when we're asking for justice, we're not asking for justice for George Floyd or Breonna Taylor or Trayvon Martin or any of these other people that have died at the hands of the police and the hands of white people. We're asking for justice for ourselves. It's for us to try to do what we have to do to feel safe in our environment, okay, and to feel like we're fitting in, and also to get a kind of a revenge and a payback. So yeah, go back to see the video that I did previous before this. It's the prequel to this. So thank you for watching, and bye.